Jarryd Hughes. Jarryd, can you give us a big wave? Oh. Hey. Okay, I'm going to start off by introducing our school. So, to start off with, we have Oatley West Public School. Can you give us a big All right, and then we have Middle Park Primary School in Victoria. Give us Now, I think Launceston Public School are still just getting ready. Their camera just needs to be turned down in a second, which we will do. And we also have Lorimer Public School from Victoria. They are listening in. Can you guys say hello? Okay. So, Jarryd, why don't we start off with a little introduction from you. You can tell us who you are, what sport you play, and what event you're hoping to be taking part in February next year.
My name is Jarryd Hughes. I'm a Snowboard Cross athlete, and I do Winter Olympics, and hopefully will be competing at my second Olympics in February 2018 in PyeongChang for Snowboard Cross.
Awesome. Okay, well, we're all ready to go, so we're going to kick straight into questions. And Oakley West, we're going to start with you. Can you come up and ask your first question? Make sure you tell us your name so we know who Jarryd's chatting to, and ask him your question. So when you're ready.
Hi, my name is Josh, and who inspired you to become a snowboarder?
Oh, Josh, who inspired me to be a snowboarder? Probably my family, just being able to let me go around and travel and keep doing snowboarding. Otherwise, lots of heroes like Seth Westcott, being able to win 2 Olympics in border cross. It's been great fun being able to grow up and watch someone like that snowboard, and now I get to do what he does.
Awesome. Great question, Josh. Okay, Middle Park Primary School. Who's going to ask your first question?
Hi, I'm Elizabeth. If you could tell your 12-year-old self one thing, what would it be?
Oh, Elizabeth, if I could tell my 12-year-old self to do anything, it'd be keep doing what you're doing and having fun with everything that you do, because if you're not having fun, you're not going to enjoy it.
Good question. All right, Lorimer Public School. Can we hear a question from you guys?
What's your favorite Taylor Swift song?
What's my favorite Taylor Swift song? Maybe Shake It Off. I do love a bit of Taylor Swift.
All right, I think Launceston Primary School are still getting themselves organised, so we'll come back to Oatley West. Can we have another question from you?
Hi, my name is Emma, and what was your worst injury during your career?
Oh, what would be my worst injury? In my snowboarding career, I've had 5 knee surgeries on my left leg, which is not been very fun, but probably the worst one was the second most recent one, where it got infected from surgery. So I had to have 2 more surgeries to fix it, which took about 1.5 years of recovery. So it's, but it's all fixed now, and we're injury free.
Primary School, you're on.
Hi, my name is Yuma, and what does it take to be a good snowboarder?
Oh, what does it take to be a good snowboarder? I think it's the same in every sport. It just takes a lot of dedication and time and all the effort you've got to put into it. And as long as you're having fun, you'll put in all the effort and you'll keep enjoying it.
Great question. Okay, Lorimer Public School.
What kept you going through all your injuries?
Probably the desire to want to keep performing and represent my country, and just the want to really be the best in a sport that I really enjoy doing.
Good question. Okay, Launceston Public School, are you ready to go with your first question? Oh, hold on, one more time, nice and loud. Oh, I don't know if we've got your sound connected at the moment. We can't hear you. Hold on. It's okay. We'll come back to you as soon as we get your sound working, but we'll go back to Oatley West Public School for another question from you guys.
Hi, my name's Kai. Who was your childhood hero, and where did you practice your sport?
I think my childhood hero was probably Ian Thorpe growing And I really enjoyed Summer Olympics and swimming. I still really enjoy watching swimming and stuff, so I love doing that. And yeah, where do I train? Probably around, I was just in Perisher and Threadbow and snowboarding the other day, and that was a lot of fun. And I try to practice there as much as I can. Otherwise, in a couple of weeks for training and a World Cup, and then Europe after that.
Great question. All right, Middle Park Primary School.
Hi, my name's Paula, and have you skied before?
Skied. I'm not very good, but I got to the top of the bottom without falling, so that was an accomplishment for me.
Okay, Larrimer Public School.
I'm Cameron, and how did you find your sport, and how old were you when you started?
How did I find my sport? This is a funny one. From my school thought I looked like a snowboarder, so she told me to compete for the school in interschools in Perisher, and did it right when I was 6 or 7, and picked me from then that I was a snowboarder. So she knew her stuff, I guess.
All right, Launceston Primary School. Do we have any sound from you guys yet? Not yet, not yet. It's okay. We'll come back to you when we get it sorted. We'll make sure you get to ask all of your questions. Or if not, you can type them in the Q&A bar as well in the group chat. But we will go back to Oatley West Public School.
Hi. Hi, my name's Emma, and when did you start snowboarding?
One
When
more
did
time.
I start snowboarding?
Yeah.
I think I started snowboarding when I was 6 or 7, but I didn't really take it seriously until I was like 13, 14, and I started going away overseas with one of my coaches, Peter Baff, and just got to have a lot more fun with it. So it was good.
Okay, Middle Park.
And what was your most memorable moment during the Olympics?
What was the most inspiring moment and memorable? Probably going and walking out in the opening ceremony for the Olympics. That was really cool. As a 18-year-old, getting to walk out with the green and gold on was pretty memorable. Otherwise, I was lucky enough to win X Games, and that was a pretty lifelong dream. So I was very fortunate to walk away with the gold medal there.
Great question. Okay, Larrimer Public School.
Have you ever regretted doing something in your life?
What was that?
Have you ever regretted doing something in your life?
I think everyone has some regrets in their life, but it's all those mistakes you make in life that get you to the point you're at, so you wouldn't want to change anything.
That's a tough question, though.
Very tough.
Okay, I think we have sound now from Launceston Primary School. Do you want to ask a question?
What's your biggest fear whilst you're competing? What's your biggest fear whilst you're competing?
What's my biggest fear whilst I'm competing? Oh, I don't know if it's fear. It's just you don't want to get hurt. That's always a big fear. Otherwise, just going into the fence. That's never fun.
Thank you.
Okay, Oatley West, your turn.
My name is
Get that one? Just one more time for us.
Hi, my name is Ashton, and do you play any other sports as a child?
Oh, did I play any other sports? I think the real question would be, what sports didn't I play? I played rugby, baseball, cricket, basketball, rugby league, rugby union, soccer, swimming, rowing. Did a bit of everything. I just really enjoyed sports and gets you out and about and having a bit of fun. So, and you get to hang out with all your mates.
Great question. Okay, Middle Park Primary School.
Hi, my name's Will. When you started snowboarding,
Did you get given a snowboard as a present, or did you buy your own?
When I started snowboarding, my parents got me a board, but it was just a hire board for a couple weeks in Perisher. And yeah, I don't think I got my own snowboard until I was maybe 14, and so it was good.
Question. Okay, Lorimer Public School.
BJ,
We'll call it, yeah.
and do you have a name for your snowboard?
I do have a lot of names for my snowboards. They all have some individual name. I've got a lot of boards, so there's a lot of names.
Can we have some of their names?
Oh, there's Taylor Swift, of course, in there.
Okay, Launceston Primary School. Can we have a question?
Where is your favourite place to snowboard?
Oh, where's my favourite place to snowboard? That's a tough one. There's a lot of places that are a lot of fun. Everywhere in Europe's pretty good. Japan is very amazing. The US is fun. I always love going to Steamboat Springs, and anywhere in Australia is pretty fun. All the New South Wales mountains are definitely the favourite pick anywhere in Australia.
Great question. Okay, Oatley West.
Hi, my name's Sophia. Have you ever had challenging times in your sporting career?
Yes, I've had a few challenging times in my career. Coming back from knee surgery is never fun. I was 16 when I had my first knee surgery, and that was the year before the Olympics. Came back, and then about 3 weeks before the Sochi Olympics, I blew my knee out and had to compete at the Olympics with no ACL in my knee. And unfortunately, as I said, I've had a few other knee surgeries since then, but coming back from then is never fun, but it's always a rewarding thing when you come back at the end of it.
Good question. Okay, Middle Park Primary School.
Hi, I'm Jess. When were you down? When you were down, what was your motivation?
I think the motivation was just to get back in the green and gold uniform, just to get back to the next Olympics and hopefully walk out with a nice shiny medal.
That's the goal. Okay, Lorimer Public School.
Mia.
Hi, I'm Mia, and what's your favourite stunt?
What's your favourite stunt?
Oh, my favourite stunt? Are we talking BMX? We talking skateboarding? We talking snowboarding? I mean, it's all fun.
Snowboarding.
In snowboarding, my favourite stunt is probably a frontside double cork 1080, which is where you spin around 3 times and go upside down twice at the same time. Otherwise, I love getting neck and neck in border cross with some people, and that's always a lot of fun.
Okay, Launceston Primary School.
Where do you train in summer?
Well, I'm very fortunate in Australia that whenever it's winter overseas, it's summer here. So we get to go back and forth from winter to winter and only get a little bit of summer, which isn't always ideal because everyone loves a bit of summer. But so when it's summer in Australia, it's the main competition time for us overseas.
You're right. Okay, Oatley West Primary School.
Hi, I'm Leah. What's the best part of being a snowboarder?
One more time for us.
What's the best part of being a snowboarder?
What's the best thing about being a snowboarder?
Yeah.
Oh, I think being able to travel the world and do a sport that I really love is the best thing about it. I mean, I think at the end of the day, if you can end up doing something you love, you've done a really good job with your life.
Good question. Okay, Middle Park Primary School.
Hi, I'm Hunter. Were you confident that you were going to win a gold medal?
You can be as confident as you want, but it's at the end of the day, there's 48 other guys that are just as confident as you to walk away with a gold medal.
Okay. Lorimer, primary school.
Hi, my name's Charlotte. What thoughts are going through your head when you're snowboarding in competition?
If I'm thinking while I'm snowboarding in the actual race, probably something's going wrong.
Mr. Barnes. Lassie probably needs some help into the
You might just have two of the windows open, that's why it's not working. But we will come back to it in a second. We'll go back to Oatley West Public School for another question.
Yeah.
What inspired you to play this sport?
Oh, what inspired me to do the sport? Just to have fun and keep snowboarding. It's a lot of fun getting to snowboard with all your friends, with everyone you grew up with, and do it as a job. And if you can call it a job, it's a lot of fun.
Hey, Mark.
Hi, my name's Annabelle. Who was your biggest competitor?
Oh, who's my biggest competitor? At the moment, it's probably Pierre Vautier. Some of the Austrians or even some of the other Australians. It's a tough field, but at the moment, Pierre is probably the man to beat. He's won a lot of events, and hopefully I can take a few off him this year.
Good one. Okay. Lorimer Primary School.
Hi, I'm Chloe, and what challenges have you faced to achieve your goals?
Lots of challenges along the way. I mean, you got all the stuff that goes on around sport that's hard with injuries, and overcoming that's always, you'll get there. And yeah, it's probably been the hardest one is just injuries. Just dealing with them is always tough.
Okay, Oatley West.
Hi, I'm Harry. What's your favourite movie?
Favorite movie? Anything Marvel. Maybe DC Comics either.
I think that one was very popular. Okay, Middle Park Primary School.
What was your favourite other than snowboarding? Snowboarding.
Sorry, what was that one?
What was your favourite sport other than snowboarding?
What was my favourite sport other than snowboarding? I love rugby. I absolutely love rugby. You'll always find me watching the Wallabies or the Dragons play in NRL, and I just love anything to do with rugby.
Okay, Lorimer. One more time in a big clear voice.
How many medals have you won?
I've got about 3 or 4 medals. I've got one from a World Cup in Lake Louise, Canada, and then I've got an X Games gold medal and a few from this season, which was cool, having a 2nd and a 4th. So I've got a few medals, but you want them all to be gold.
Okay, Oatley West.
Hi, my name's Sophia, and have you ever made friends with your competitors?
Oh yeah, 100%. We're all friends on and off the hill. One of the US guys is actually in Australia right now, so we've been hanging out and snowboarding the last few days, and I think he's at the airport right now about to leave. So it's always fun being able to travel around the world and know a bunch of people that you can go hang out with, and yeah.
Awesome. Okay, Middle Park.
Hi, I'm Tom, and have you ever tried surfing?
Have I ever tried surfing, Tom? Yes, I have, and I am no good at it. So if anyone knows anyone that wants to teach a snowboarder how to surf, I'm here.
Okay, Lorimer Primary School.
Where are you now?
Where Where am I now? I'm in Sydney, and I'm at the Optus headquarters for the AOC.
Yeah. Riley West, do you have any more questions for us?
Yeah. Hi, my name is favorite Marvel.
Oh. Was that, what's your favorite Marvel superhero?
Character.
Character.
Maybe Thor. Iron Man. I know the new Spider-Man was pretty good too.
Alrighty, Middle Park Primary School. Do we have another question from you?
Hi, I'm Spencer. The Olympics or that?
Oh, one more time, Spencer. We missed that.
Which was harder? X Games.
Oh, I think that was what was harder, the Olympics or the X Games?
I think they're both as challenging as each other. It's a tough one. But I think the Olympics only comes around every 4 years, so there's a bit more pressure on it.
Alright, from the public school.
I'm Alicia. What motivates you?
What motivates me? It's just to hopefully walk out at the end of this year with a nice shiny medal. That's what gets me out of bed in the morning at the moment.
All right, Oatley West.
Hi, my name is Ashton, and do you play video games? And if you do, what's your favorite video game?
Yes, Ashton, I do play a lot of video games. I play a lot of FIFA, maybe a bit of the new rugby game, NRL game, and a bit of Call of Duty as well.
Okay, Middle Park Primary School. Do you have another question for us?
Hi, I'm Ollie. What was your first ever job?
Oh, my first ever job. I think I was a paper boy. That was my first job. I got to run around in the morning and deliver papers.
Question, Ollie. All right, Lorimer Public School.
What AFL team do you go for?
One more time.
What AFL team do you go for?
AFL, it's a split decision between the Sydney Swans or the Giants.
Sydney Swans are better.
But I was lucky enough to hang out with Alex Johnson, who's been through the same thing with me with my knee, and we've been able to talk about a lot of things together and really come out the end of it. So he's playing his first AFL season back in 4 or 5 years, so probably the Swans at the moment.
Very good. All right, we might take one more question from each of our schools. So Oatley West, do you have one last question for us?
Hi, my name's Luke, and what's your favourite soccer team?
Oh, that one's hard. I mean, in Australia, or are we talking overseas?
Overseas.
Maybe Barcelona or Real Madrid.
Thanks for the question, guys. All right, Middle Park Primary School, do you have one question for us?
Hi, I'm Cyrus. Have you ever come across any opponents that you've been scared of?
No, I don't think I've had any opponents I'm scared of. There are a lot of them are big teddies underneath it all.
All right, Len Lorimer Public School, have you got one last question for us?
Hi, my name's Liam. Do you have a trampoline and a veggie patch? Oh my God, Liam.
I do have a trampoline, actually. I've got a super tramp with my dad out at a skate park, Monster Skate Park in Sydney. And so I get to bounce around on a tramp all day.
Very good question. All right, we're going to wave goodbye to Jarryd in a second. But Jarryd, can you just tell us what you'll be getting up to over the next couple of months? And we're going to chat to our schools again in October. So what are you going to be doing training-wise between now and then?
Between now and then, I've got a World Cup coming up in 3 weeks in Argentina. And I'll be doing a lot of training leading into the games to really make sure everything's prepared down to a T and make sure on race day everything's ready to go. And yeah, so a lot of training in the gym and a lot of training on snow, and there'll be 2 World Cups in the middle of it. So hopefully I'll have a few gold medals then. Awesome.
So can our schools wave Jarryd a big goodbye and a big good luck for his next World Cup? Thanks for chatting. Jarryd, thanks for your time. You will get to catch up with your schools in a few months' time. So
I look
thank you
forward to it.
Have a good day, everyone. Bye.